Hello out there, everybody. Manny here at Area 503. And I hope you all have been well since our last video. Today I just want to talk to you all about some science and space exploration news. But first, I just have to comment on this strange sighting caught on film that has a lot of folks on the internet freaked out. It all started when a woman made the following Facebook post where she states, quote, "So I woke up on Sunday morning and I saw this on my camera and I'm trying to figure out what the heck," end quote. Check out this clip that her security cameras caught. Well, of course you can see why this clip has people speculating, and you can understand why people might even think it's an alien. It sure looks alien. Some people have suggested that it might be a real-life version of Dobby the Elf from the Harry Potter series.
Dobby the house elf.
Now, I have to admit that it does somewhat resemble the likable elf, but my gut is telling me that this is something a little more earthly.
Dobby is free.
When I first saw this clip, my first thought was, that's some kid with his shorts on his head doing a silly little chicken walk, probably because it's hot outside. And it turns out that the poster of the video does indeed have a small boy. However, she maintains that it was not him.
Could it be your son Bobby just goofing around?
No, I wouldn't let him out at dark by himself.
What's Bobby like? Is he a goofy kid? Does he like dancing around?
He likes to play around and joke around, and he loves to dance.
Does he like to dance with his underwear on his head?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Sure, lady. At the end of the day, I think I'm going to stick with my initial reaction that this was just a small boy with his shorts on his head doing a crazy chicken dance. Heck, that could have been me at that age. That could be me at this age. I know stripping down and doing a little chicken dance outside can really cool you off when it's hot. Anyhow, let's move on to some recent news about exoplanets. On May 22nd, phys.org reported that 18 more Earth-sized exoplanets were recently discovered by scientists at the Max Planck Institute for Solar System Research. Scientists are discovering new planets daily. In fact, I heard a recent statistic that stated that 1 in 5 or 20% of the stars in the universe have planets such as these. Keep that in mind the next time that you're outside at night and you're looking up at the stars. 1 in 5 of those beautiful stars has a planet rotating around it. And just think, some of those planets out there lay in the Goldilocks zone, being able to support life. It is becoming more and more obvious every day that we are not alone in the universe. And so I think life is out there, probably a lot closer than we think. Maybe the icy moons of Europa and Enceladus have oceans full of life beneath the thick frozen crust. Only time will tell. For now, let's move on to our next subject. Scientists at the University of Texas, Austin, and the University of Arizona have discovered layers of ice buried deep beneath the surface of Mars. The team was able to use a radar system aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter called the Shallow Radar. This advanced radar system can penetrate up to 1.5 miles beneath the surface of the planet. Scientists estimate that the quantity of ice, if melted, would cover the surface of the planet with about 5 feet or 1.5 meters of water. This is an amazing discovery in my opinion, because water is the most valuable resource needed for space exploration and for the colonization of other planets. The water ice on Mars could be used for fuel, to power space shuttles, or to power colonization habitats. And of course, you can always drink it. But I also think it could be used for much, much more. If you compare the atmosphere on Mars with the atmosphere on Earth, you see some huge similarities. The trace gases are mostly the same, but you can see that the Earth is mostly nitrogen and oxygen, while Mars is mostly carbon dioxide. Now, this is just me speculating here, but follow me for a minute. We all know that plants consume carbon dioxide, and they produce oxygen. So I don't think it would be difficult to relocate some plants from Earth to Mars and establish a small biosphere. I think that if you have a large enough oxygen nursery, you could pull surplus carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and use it with the plants to create oxygen. You would then have to introduce some sort of animal life to the process in order to get the microbes needed to break down the soil producing nitrogen. And I think you would be limited to the size and scope of such a project, so I don't think it would be useful for terraforming, but it could definitely be useful in the power and support of a permanent colony. Now again, I'm just speculating with all this, I really don't know, but what do you guys think? Either way, it sure will be exciting to see where this discovery leads. Let's move on to our next topic. I've spoken about JAXA's Haybusa 2 mission before, and it's no secret that I'm a big fan of the project. So you can understand why I was a little disappointed when I read the news that the mission had suffered a minor setback. On May 21st, it was reported that Haybusa 2 encounters snag trying to drop second target marker. It was reported that the Haybusa 2 mission had to abort the attempt to deploy a second target marker on the surface of the asteroid Ryugu. It was also reported that the mission overcame a similar setback last year by making some procedural changes. However, the clock is ticking, and that JAXA only has about a month and a half until Ryugu becomes too hot to land any more touchdowns. Apparently, the spacecraft auto-aborted the drop procedure at about 165 foot or 50 meters from the surface of the asteroid. It has not been confirmed if this was a problem with the LiDAR, but that is suspected to be the case, as the surface of Ryugu is highly reflective, and that can cause problems with the light detection units, as was the case in last year's abort. Whatever the outcome of this mission, Haybusa 2 has already taught us a great deal about asteroid interception, touchdown, and sample collection. So, congratulations to JAXA. Well done, guys. Keep up the good work. The last thing I'd like to talk to you all about is a giant meteorite that landed in Costa Rica that was found to be a rare extraterrestrial mudball. On May 21st, 2019, it was reported that a meteoroid about the size of a washing machine broke apart and rained down on a Costa Rican town last month. It has been classified as an extraterrestrial mudball that could provide insights into the formation of our solar system. Residents who witnessed the meteor reported it as a large fireball in the sky when it first appeared April 23rd. As it entered the atmosphere, it broke into hundreds of meteorites that landed around the town, including a 2-pound rock that crashed through someone's roof and landed on their dining table. Fortunately, it seems no one was hurt. Thank God. But can you imagine? Anyhow, it was reported that scientists were able to collect about 55 pounds of the meteorites for study. And they estimate the origin of the samples to be about 4.5 billion years ago, during the early formation of our solar system. Well, I hope they can find something useful from those old lumps of clay. Well guys, for now, that's all I got on the recent space exploration news. And remember folks, if you see an alien with shorts on their head doing a chicken dance across your property, don't attack them. It's probably just some little kid trying to get cool.
As always, this has been Manny at Area 503. And I wish you all the best until we meet again. And I am out of here to continue my search for universal truth.